What's good? What's poppin', everybody? Hope you're all having a great day. Welcome back to another new video. Today, we're back with some tips and tricks. I just did one a couple days ago, and already I'm finding more. Every day I find at least one or two in this game that I didn't know or that are really beneficial. So we're already back with another 8. And stick around because number 6 is probably my favorite one and probably going to be the most beneficial or helpful for you in this video. It's pretty awesome. Without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, so like I said, these are going to be 8 more tips and tricks that will help you throughout the game. Some of these are going to be kind of minor, some of these will be bigger and more impactful. If you do enjoy this, make sure to give it a thumbs up. It helps me out, lets me know you enjoy this kind of content, and lets YouTube know you enjoy this kind of content and gets it out to more people. Subscribe if you haven't too already. We're doing a video every single day for the rest of October. We're pretty close to the end here, and we've done 16, 17, 18, something like that number of videos. But anyway, it's been a great time, so subscribe down below to be part of it. Anyway, guys, so let's get right into tip number 1. And we're going to focus on the auction house for the first couple of these. So the first one is being that I don't know if you knew this, but when you sell something, and let's just say I want to sell this aged wood, put up here, as we can see, whenever this decides to load, is that we're selling it for 0.12, right? So let's just say we wanted to sell all that. So the listing fee right here is 4 coin, which isn't that much. Again, I'm not trying to put that much on there, but as you get more quantity, it obviously increases the listing fee. But right now, it auto puts it to defaults to post this order for 14 days. Now, if we were to swap that to 1 day, it goes down to 50 coin. Now, I might not know that might not seem like that crazy, but you have to think that if you're trying to post crafting materials, ray guns, all this stuff on here, you're just going to start stacking up some coin. And if you know it's a hot ticket item, I'd recommend that you put it up for 1, maybe 3 days, because it's more than likely going to sell pretty quickly. The only time I maybe do 7 to 14 days, I would never probably do a month. I would do it if you are putting up something that you just have a crazy amount of and you're not really caring to sell it quick for money. But if you're trying to get a quick buck or you want to, have the best ROI and not have as much fees, I would definitely recommend putting it to 1 to 3 days per thing. We'll actually go to another one here, which we have even more, so we could see a bigger drop. Let's say charcoal, and we're gonna put 123 on it again for 50 down to 197, right? So it's just the amount it decreases is like 4 times cheaper than putting it for the default. So just a little tip there if you're trying to save a little bit of money. Next little tip is going to be if we look at our inventory here, I can't transfer it here because this isn't router controlled. But typically, if this is in a location that I owned and I wanted to transfer between another one, say we go to Windsward where I do own, and I wanted to transfer this over, there'd be a fee associated to it. And it's pretty pricey. It can be anywhere from a couple gold to 10 to 20, 30 gold, depending on what you're trying to transfer and how much. But there's a little hack that you could actually go onto the trading post here and put that item up for sale. And like I said, when you do the 1 day thing, and it's really cheap, it's like 50 cents to 1 coin to post an order for it. You do that, and then you go to the next territory, and you can cancel the order, and it goes immediately into your inventory, and you just transferred from between settlements for a quarter of the price, maybe even more than that. So yeah, TLDR, if you're trying to transfer stuff between territories, or because you're crafting or you're just trying to move to a new home, put this stuff up on the auction house or the trading post, sorry, and then go to your settlement you're trying to go to and cancel the order, and it'll all go into your inventory, and then you can put it right into the storage for a lot less. All right. So the third is going to be pertaining to gathering gear. So if we look here, right now I have the let's say this miner hat, right? The miner hat has 12 strength to it and gives me a 3.4% chance of finding rare items. Now, if we look at our attributes, which don't mind how much I have to spend, I'm trying to figure out exactly what I'm doing for build, how I want to go. But anyway, you go to strength. When you get 50 here, you get plus 10% more mining speed, plus 20% encumbrance. Right here, decrease the weight of mine items by 10%. So when you're getting gear that is gives you rarity or increased luck or whatever, try to find gear that pertains to the attribute that gives you the most benefit. So, for instance, if we're trying to do, I have them here somewhere, right here, we have a dexterity, a skinner hat that gives it his dexterity for skinning. So that way, if we put this on, we actually increase our dexterity score, which gives us the extra bonuses that you would get in your attributes to help with giving us either increased gathering speed, decreased load weight. So, the point I'm trying to make is that if you have pieces of gear that maybe give you this increased luck, but it doesn't, instead of dexterity gives you strength or intelligence, probably not worth keeping. It's might worth keeping until you find something else, but you want to try to find gear that gives the attribute that directly correlates to whatever gathering profession you're trying to do. So, for instance, mining for strength, skinning for dexterity, gathering herbs and stuff for intelligence, focus for cooking and or for fishing, and constitution for logging. So, if you can, try to find ones that correlate and work with the one that you're trying to get at. All right, so the next tip is going to be actually pertaining to factions. So if we go over to our faction here, I think I have some already, yeah, I have some in progress. But as we can see here, it says 9.9 coin. That is how much we'd get for a reward, 10 coin, 10 coin, which might not seem like a lot. And it's not really that much, but your first 3 faction missions a day give you 10 times the amount of coin. So if these were my first 3 of the day, instead of it being, 10 coin, 10 coin, and another 10 coin, essentially, I'd be getting 300 coin. I'd get 10 times the amount of coin for my first 3 missions. So that takes us from having, 30 coin, yeah, to 300 coin. And that's a pretty big jump for just doing your faction missions the first 3 of the day. But I just, people probably do at least 3 faction missions a day. But if you haven't been, I would, because it's a nice little way to give you a little bit of extra gold. All right, so the next tip is going to be pertaining to town board quests and your gathering/refining skill level. So when you go to a town board here, I think I probably have some, here already in place. But see, I have 15 weirwood planks. Now, before, all I was getting was timber and greenwood, and it wasn't till last night when I was playing, and I got my trade skills, and I got my woodworking to 100, I was able to start getting weirwood planks. Now, if we look, this greenwood plank or 300 greenwood only gives us 590 XP and 3 coin. Now, this weirwood plank gives us almost 3,000 XP. Not as it gives us a little bit less coin, but it gives us 3,000 more XP, and that's because town board projects scale with your gathering and or refining skills. So if you can, I would try to focus on maybe 1 or 2 gatherings and 1 or 2 refinings that match what your gathering is, and try to get those to 100 as soon as possible. Now, obviously, you should be trying to get everything going along the way. Every time you see iron or, there's hemp or something, you should be picking it up. But essentially, the quicker you can get one of these to 100, the quicker you can get these town board missions that give you a large amount of XP. Because if we look again, this greenwood gives us 590, and this gives us 3,000, and that's about 5 times more XP we get by just having a higher gathering refining skill. So definitely try to get those to 100 as soon as possible, and then your town board missions start giving you a lot more XP. All right, so number 6 is, like I said earlier, it's probably going to be my favorite one, but this is Sheath canceling your dodge roll to make you run faster. So if we're running the game, everyone knows how long it takes to run in this game. Sometimes it can be repetitive, sometimes it'll far for us. And any way that we get around is, super beneficial. So I wanted to show you guys that so when you dodge normally, you dodge. I'm a medium armor right now, right? And you stop. You have kind of a halt. So it's not a very effective way. But if you dodge and sheath your weapon, as you can see, it makes it so it cancels out the stutter, the drop animation we have right here when we dodge. See, and it lets us run faster because we are doing that. That little bit of a difference, and we're definitely doing a little bit of a jump there. Now this is with medium, so it works well, but it even works even better with light armor. So we're gonna take off the stuff here. So we're in light now. Look at our sexy bod. So we're going to do it here. And see, look at that. So dodge, sheath cancel. When I say sheath cancel, all I mean is pressing your sheath key. So it's by default X, you can bound it to whatever it is. And you dodge, look at that. And you see that, and it makes you do that whole roll. But normally, if we did this, when you're done rolling, again, it has a little stutter animation to get back up, and this cancels it. So super, super quick and easy way to get around a lot quicker. And let me tell you, it saves you a lot of time. All right, so we're getting close to the end of the list here. And one of the last ones is going to be pertaining to gems. So as we know, we can get gear like this mining hat that we were looking at earlier that gives us a plus 3.4% chance of finding rare items. And you can get a whole set of gear, and there's food, that goes to it too. But there are certain nodes, ores, that give a higher percent chance base to be getting gems. So for the ones for mining, the ones that give you the most are silver, platinum, and gold. And platinum actually gives you a base T4 gems whenever you find it. Now, I think platinum takes, I want to say it's like 125 ish. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I haven't quite hit there yet. But I know that, but gold and silver I can mine, and those give way more gems than iron does, than star metal does. So if you're trying to farm gems and not necessarily ore, definitely try to hit up gold, silver, platinums. Over here in Brightwood, there's a place called Iron Bend. It's right around here, and there's a lot of gold around here. If this is probably where I'm going to be hitting up because I'm trying to actually level up my stone cutting because I feel like stone cutting is a really really great thing to have for gems and for the the orbs late game when you're trying to craft to into dungeons and stuff. But yeah, so if you're trying to get gems, definitely try out again silver, platinum, and gold. And plat gives it base tier 4 gems, which is huge. And that's something that a lot of people don't know is that you just kind of go around and you may be trying to get iron or you're trying to get star metal and you have all this gear on. You might get a couple, but if you're trying to get gems, you put that luck on and you get food on, and then you go hit those kind of nodes, you're going to be swimming in gems. All right, and the last tip is actually we're going to be looking at this New World database map. I'll leave a link for it in the description below, but pretty much there's a bunch of these kind of uh, maps you can find online. But the last tip here is going to be that cooking ingredients are specific to a region. So I was in Brightwood, was what we were just looking at. Everfall, Windsward, as you know, all these things, right? But everything's taken away except for these places right here. I forgot to, click them or whatever. But if we look at cooking ingredients and we go to, let's say, barley. Now, barley, as you can see, we can look all over the map here. And it's only in a little bit in Windsward, a little bit in Monarch's Bluffs, and Evanscale Reach. Same thing. Let's say we want to look at, I don't know, pumpkin. Pumpkin's only in Brightwood and in Evanscale Reach. Potatoes, Everfall, Windsward, First Light, and Brightwood. So as you can see, there are different regions for specific foods. So if you're trying to either level up your cooking, you're trying to actually get materials to have your cook make them for you before you go into a war or before you go into elite zones or dungeons, or whatever, and you need to farm these, know that there's region specific. So typically, if you wanted to go to, if you're in one territory and you're like, I want to level up cooking, you shouldn't just go run around the whole zone hoping you find a farm that has the cooking ingredient you're trying to get. Instead, you should either go to one of these resources, or ask somebody that might already know and see where you can find these specific ingredients, because the last thing you want to do is be running around a whole entire region trying to find it, all to find out that it doesn't exist in your territory that you're looking at, and it's actually like the next one over or three down or something like that. So anyway, just want to show you guys that cooking ingredients are specific. I think it also works for when you collect herbs. Now herbs, anyone can pick it that has, I think it's like 0 gathering skill, and that's where you can find spices along with like hyssop and stuff like that, and that's also specific. So when you're finding herbs in a specific territory like Brightwood, you're going to find different herbs than you are going to find in places like Monarch's Bluff or maybe Evanscale Reach. So just be aware of that and kind of look through it, and so you can figure out exactly what you're trying to find and save yourself some time. And you guys, I think that's going to do it for this video. Hopefully you guys found something useful in this or something you didn't know. Like I said, this is going to be an ongoing series. This is the second episode in it, and it's going to only keep going when I find more. I have another about 3 or 4 already on deck, and so I want to have at least 5 or if not more before I make another video on this. If you guys have any tips or tricks that you want me to go over or you think that I might not know, let me know in the comment section down below. Like I said, I'm learning something pretty much every day when I play this game, and there's just some of these things that just are really simple that there's either not really great UI or descriptions explaining it in the game, or it takes some of this stuff is a little bit more in depth and analytical that some other people have found, and we just are the base players and probably going to notice it or find it out. So my goal is to try to find all these that I can and give them out to you guys. If you guys did enjoy this, make sure to give it a thumbs up. It helps me out a lot. It lets me know that you guys enjoy this kind of content and lets YouTube know you enjoy this kind of content and gets it out to more people. Subscribe if you haven't already. We're on day 18, 19 or something of doing a video for every day for October. We're getting close to the end and we're finishing off strong. Let me tell you that. I got a really, really in-depth housing guide coming out soon. And another kind of big one that I'm not gonna released just quite yet. So make sure you guys subscribe to tune in for that. And you guys have a great rest of your day. And until next time, take it easy.